Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Lion's Share. I'm a little bit sick today, so you can probably hear that in my voice, and I don't have a ton of energy, but we've got urgent problems to solve. Because during the last official State of Decay 2 stream, I handed the controller to Brant, and he played in my community, and he has ruined everything. Not really, it's fine. First thing he did was my camera inversion is all wrong. No. Is it controls? Yes. Okay, we gotta fix that. Obviously, because Brant's a Philistine who uses standard controls. And then I think he woke a plague heart, which sent some infestations up my way. And we can't be that far away from getting raided by those infestations. So we got a couple goals today.
Sounds good.
First off, I think we're going to fight our way down these infestations and take out this plague heart. That's number one. Number two, we're going to fix our camera, which we've already done. And number three, we're going to collect these bounties, and we're probably going to see if we can find some armored zombies to kill in close combat. But, so it looks like Steph is in mostly good condition, but I still kind of feel like starting with a fresh character. Wait a minute. Why do all of my characters have a curveball symbol on them? What's going on? Finer things in life? Luxury items are more sought after than anything else right now. There's a wave of enthusiasm. With the wave of enthusiasm, communities on the lookout for special loot. Luxury items will be frequently deposited into storage. We've found the lost supply crate full of luxury items. The community is feeling good and morale is higher. Okay. And then up and at 'em, we don't know why today is any different. We got the fighting spirit. Oh, so higher efficiency from stimulants, stamina drain slower, and improved firearm handling. Oh, okay. Well, hey, before this inevitably ends, let's take advantage of it. So yeah, so let's grab Pat. Oh yeah, I don't want to do any missions. Though, I think I got some kind of fun and interesting comments from people. I forgot all of them now. From when I was talking about the way that missions work. The way that basically, what do I have here? Okay, I've got the cold turkey. That's good. The fact that, we assumed that a lot of people were going to want to have basically a laundry that people were going to want to have a laundry list of missions that they could pursue, and the actual effect of that was people ended up feeling obligated to do all of those missions, and they felt kind of constrained by them. And the thing that was interesting to see was just how many different feelings people had about missions. There were different players who were coming into the comments and saying that, missions should work like this or missions should work like that. And I think what that illustrates really is just how different everyone's expectations are. And State of Decay, there's a lot of games that have that cultivate one particular type of audience member, and they and they just build everything in their game towards entertaining that one particular audience member. But State of Decay doesn't have that luxury, because I think most of the people who come to play our game, they don't come because some of them come because they just want a certain kind of game, which happens to be our kind of game. But a lot of them come because what they want is a certain kind of fantasy. They want to be playing in the zombie apocalypse. And we're one of the games out there that actually tries to simulate the feeling of life in the zombie apocalypse. And there's lots of different ways you could do that. And there's lots of very different kinds of players who want to experience that. And so we end up attracting a lot of players who want very different things out of the game. We can't obviously entertain every single one of them, but because they all have a legitimate reason to want to be here, we feel like, we should actually treat it like we've got, a responsibility to try at least to entertain as many of them as we can. Oh, hey, there's an armored guy. Oh, and there's a what? Okay, took care of that situation. Okay, what I need to do is have less non-armored zombies around me. Oh crap, I gotta get him before... No! Cleo, wait, Cleo! No, not that one! Okay, wait, did I get him? No, there. Oh wait, oh, I didn't end up using... Dang it. Alright, fine, whatever. So yeah, so if you kill a zombie from behind, you automatically use your close combat weapon. But if you kill them on the ground, you don't automatically do that. And actually, before we get out on the road, I should go back and quickly repair my cold turkey, because I do not want my cold turkey breaking down on me in the middle of a fight. But yeah, anyway, so, you know, we actually make kind of the stupid decision to try to entertain as many different people as possible, which means that, you know, a lot of the time, the kinds of choices that we need to make in our game mechanics aren't like, let's zero... Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to grab. These are kind of blunt-nosed bullets, and they look like shells to me. But yeah, like, we don't need to make these sort of laser-focused decisions on entertaining one particular kind of player. We try to create a flexible sort of game where people who want to play in different ways can all find advantages, you know, different kinds of advantages in playing their own way. So if you are, you know, somebody like, say, Joe Swarner, who tends to focus really heavily on sort of the moment-to-moment mechanics of you know, fighting zombies, that's like where most of his passion lies. You know, you can totally enjoy our game thinking of that as being the heart of the game. If you're somebody like me who's more into sort of like, you know, raising up the characters, thinking about sort of the strategy of building a community, that sort of thing, and that's more of a focus for me. It's kind of I'm sort of like halfway between. Honestly, I'm dead center in the middle of State of Decay's audience because I like both about equally, but I'm sort of in that zone, like I've got stuff, and then there's people who just all they want to do is nurture a community of characters, and they find stuff here too. I think they probably find a little less here than the action-focused players. So we do have, you know, the game is kind of is a little balanced in favor of one side, but we are still trying to put things in the game to address sort of all of those desires that different people have, and it makes the game more challenging to get right. There's so many ways for that to be bad, or at least inadequate. Oh, hi. No, hey. That's too many zombies hitting me at once. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Okay, what? What the heck? Okay, I am too tired, obviously, to be doing this. Hold on. Catch my breath. Okay. Hey, everybody. Okay, cold turkey. Let's just take out some guys far away. Okay, my camera is rotating at exactly the speed that screamer was moving. That was very annoying. Okay, so the infestation is technically cleared. I don't have to do anything else in order to sort of preserve this location, but I do have a lot of friends here. But why is my camera sensitivity so low? Okay, so part of it is I've got a lot of friction on the zombies. Is my camera sensitivity usually this low? Or I'm trying to remember. Okay, now it's all in middle of the road. I don't think Brant changed it. I think Eric might have changed it when he was using the mouse with my game, but I never play with the mouse, so it's yeah. That seems normal, so I don't think Brant changed it. I'm not sure why that felt so slow, but that felt really, really slow. Orathaus is making fun of the fact that I said that infestation is technically cleared. But yeah, so because I'm sort of a classic State of Decay player, it's hard for me to think of the... Whoa, what the heck? It's hard for me to think of the new clearing criteria like it's real. You know, I mean, because now that all you have to do is kill the screamers, and the whole thing counts as cleared, I just feel like that's not real. I didn't really clear it. Now I've cleared it because I've killed the other zombies. But before I did that just didn't feel legit. Oh, hey, Timberwolf. Okay, cool. And a DevGru infiltrator. Okay, yeah. So you know, since the heart attack update, when you do fight an infestation, the thing is, so what I've been doing in all of my games so far, since we got the heart attack update, I've been trying to avoid fighting infestations. I've been actually undermining infestations. I've been, you know, if I see a bunch of infestations creeping towards me, I've been going and fighting the Plague Heart first, which means that I almost forgot that there's a lot of loot to be gotten by actually fighting infestations. This strategy I've got right now, where I actually fight my way down through all of the infestations first, that's actually, I mean, if you're not worried about the danger of doing it, that's actually a better strategy because, you know, I mean, if you can also afford the resources you go through when you're doing it, you can really get something out of it. Alright, so there's those guys. Where is the... There he is. Hi. So where is the actual screamer? Oh, gosh. Oh, whoa, whoa, there's a second feral? Was not expecting that. Oh my gosh, I keep not quite getting the headshot. Okay, okay. There we go. Last round. Ha! Oh, this guy's just... That screamer was just the other screamer's cousin. Like, he wasn't even part of the infestation. He was just here for, like, Thanksgiving or something. Okay. Let's take some of the bulk out of this crowd. Oh, what? Now I'm on fire. Why? 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 Holy crap. Okay. This isn't even lethal. I mean, I think this is Nightmare difficulty. I had forgotten that Nightmare is also hard. It's not as hard as lethal. And actually, you know what? That's why I actually haven't been fighting infestations that much. It's because the community that I've been playing with is a lethal community. All right, well, since this was actually an infested outpost, I can replenish some of the stuff that I just wasted by fighting poorly. And actually, I never actually looted this place. Here we go. Ooh, some foods. All right, so let's drop off the crap we don't need, like the extra guns and the extra this and the extra that. I'm never going to use a snack. What are we even talking about? And we'll try to heal up with some cheap stuff. And we'll grab some more fire. And we'll grab some more shells, because I can never have enough rounds in this cold turkey. Ooh, yeah, so Orathaus also said, thank goodness this isn't the lethal zone, because, yeah, I would have been totally, totally screwed. I mean, the sheer amount of trouble I had killing that one feral would have been over the top if it had been a plague feral, and it would have infected me by now. Oh, wait, Echo points out that, of course, those are regular screamers. And so this can't be Nightmare. This has to be Dread. Yeah, no, this is Dread. Wait. Okay, so map difficulty is lethal for so... Oh, because... That's right. Okay, so now I remember. When I was setting up this community and setting its difficulty level, what I was trying to do was make a community that would be the most interesting to play on the official State of Decay 2 stream, which means maximum number of Plague Hearts, which is why map is at lethal. But then everything else is set to Dread, so that there's enough enemies to be, like, challenging and fun to fight, and to get into some big battles. So we didn't want to be down at Standard, but we didn't want it to be overwhelming for people who are also trying to have a conversation at the same time they're playing. And you know, even though like you know, Joe is an absolute pro on lethal, and I've been trying to stretch my skills to handle lethal, Brant doesn't do that. And you know, if Brant's going to be playing, or if like Eric is going to be playing, I don't want to like try to force him to deal with a lethal community. Okay, so it sounds like there's another feral here. Can we see the screamer already? Excuse me, sir. Oh, hey, there he is. Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? You enormous butt. Oh, gosh. What? That was a freaking bloater and a... What? Get me out of here. Get me out. Ah, this is not an exit. Ah. Ah. Come here. Where did that screamer go? He was right there. Okay. Seriously. He must have come out the window. He must have, like, done that little screamer animation where they fall face first out the window. Aha. 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 Yes. Yes. Okay, I got my armored guy. So all our bounties are good. And now... That was not a big enough crowd to be worth that fire. That was disappointing. What? Oh, one of my favorite little minor changes that we made post-release. I'll tell you about it in a second when I'm not in, like, dire straits. Actually, yeah, this might be a good thing. So, okay, so the cold turkey. I can zoom in, and it basically becomes a shotgun sniper rifle, right? Then I let go of the left trigger, and then later when I want to aim, it's not zoomed in. It used to be that if you zoomed in the last time you released the trigger, you would automatically zoom in the next time you depressed the trigger. And that was insane. That was not how it should ever have worked. Because zooming in is like a sacrifice. It sacrifices your mobility. It, you know, sacrifices your ability to track targets. Like, it's actually... It's kind of rough, actually. I don't even need to kill this guy, but I did. All right. And so, yeah, so you use it when you want to. You use it, like, you know, under controlled circumstances. Oh, wait, there's a little screamer over here. I just want to murder that screamer for some reason. Yeah, so you use it under certain very specific circumstances. But you're not going to want to use it all the time. And you definitely don't want to be surprised by it when you weren't planning for it. All right. So yeah, maybe switching to my suppressed weapon was the right idea when it comes to trying to end a fight instead of just making more fights come after me again and again and again. I just love the cold turkey so much. If I'm going to be playing on Dread, and, you know, and noise is just a little less risky, I want to use the cold turkey. So yeah, let's actually... I got to repair the cold turkey again. I don't know if it's just a particularly fragile gun or what, but...
Well, that's the last of those.
I'm going through so many shells right now. But I don't care. I'm having fun. All right, good to go. So let's head back to the bounty broker and clear out these bounties and see what's left in my roster of... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. We've got an... Oh, right, I'm not going to go back to the... Well, okay, you know what? I should hit the bounty broker because there might be new bounties that I can make progress on when I fight this remaining infestation and plague heart. So...
If I take out the nearest plague heart, this might clear up.
Yeah, so I think this is the right move. We'll go see Cash. What's the right way to get up to Cash again? I forgot.
Greetings. Do come in.
All right. One thing I actually want to do at some point, I would like to execute that Powerhouse grab move on a screamer.
Hello, my friend.
Because I think you grab their arm. I'd like to pay attention to that. Okay.
Let us see what
So
you
we'll clear out our bounties. Got an ice axe. That's cool. And then ferals with explosives. I don't have any explosives on me. Bloaters with crossbows don't have a crossbow. Bloaters with fire do have fire. Crafting stuff. Well, okay. 90 crossbow bolts and 30 painkillers. Before I do that annoying, boring thing, let me catch up with the chat. You've all been talking, and I've been completely ignoring you, and I apologize. Folks are voting for their favorite leader type to play as. And it looks like Builder is actually winning out with about nearly half the votes. Yeah, so I'm not actually sure. So I think I've actually, with Orathaus constantly pushing me to use my trader powers in my other community, I think I'm actually probably enjoying the traders' access to resources more than I've enjoyed a lot of the others. The warlord is the one who gets the armory, right? That's really nice too, actually, though. I really do like being able to make whatever ammo and military grade weapons I want. I know I would be divided between trader and warlord at this point, I think. Let's see here. Malator is reminding me of a great Stephen Wright one-liner. I went to a general store, but they wouldn't let me buy anything specific. Let's see here. I think it's a reference to something that we said, but I don't know what it was. Right. Okay, let's see here. I think we're probably... I don't think there's anything that's demanding an answer right now. Though if I did skip something much earlier in the conversation that I should have answered, please somebody feel free to repeat it for me. I mean, I'm always bad at reading the chat. I feel like I'm especially out of sorts today, and you should expect very little from me, but I will do my best. The standard of my best is just lower even than usual today. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Okay, there's a bloater that I can kill with fire, theoretically. That's more important to me than my other job. Okay, so that explosion also took out the screamer and most of the zombies. So yay. Because I wanted to get credit for that bloater. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got distracted with my guilt over not reading the chat. And I forgot that I was actually going to go crafting things first. Okay, so 30 painkillers and 90 bolts. That's what I want to craft. So I'm trying to remember. I think it's here where I craft bolts. Here we go. 90 bolts. Okay, so that's just 2 of this. First I thought that was a lot, but I'm like, no. That's that. And then 30 painkillers is probably more annoying. 30 painkillers would be here. Okay, so no different number of painkillers. So I'm just going to grab... Okay, so 30... There's 5 of this action. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. At least it's not the snacks one that we did the other day. That was rough. So Airy Twitch says, I've got a question on Lifeline. It's been a long time since I wrote Lifeline, so wish me luck. That was 9 years ago. He says, Airy Twitch says, Fall Down was playing it. He showed this group who might be responsible for the plague. I don't remember enough to know what group you're talking about. I think I will say that we did deliberately include, multiple possible, clues about explanations because we wanted there to feel like there were multiple possible explanations. But it was the multiple possible explanations that was our goal, not... Here are clues leading you to the actual truth. We weren't trying to give you breadcrumbs to the actual truth. So if you find something, it's part of us trying to flesh out the world and make the question interesting. But it's not us trying to actually lead you to answering the question. Because we don't actually want the game to be about answering that question of, what's the plague all about? Where did it come from? All right. So now we've got the last 3 bounties available, but we're not going to get most of them. There is another bloater, so we could grab that bloater. Oh, wait. No, okay. Before we do anything... Well, okay, actually, this is a bounty. Let's do the bounty first. Shouldn't take that long. Do the bounty. There's a feral out here, so that should be... Oh, there's the feral. Hi, Mr. Feral. Okay, so let's not actually attract that bloater until we've dealt with Monsieur Le Feral. All right. Now we'll go deal with the bloater. Come here, buddy. Hey there. Hey there, little guy. How you doing? Yes! Okay. Anyway. 2 out of 4. Killed with fire. So Coalicion's poll about what leader people like to be was actually tied between the builder and the trader. I forgot what the builder's benefits are. Was that... Does he build the sniper tower? Is that one of his main things? Because I could imagine people, like, if you actually are the type of person who remembers to use radio commands and stuff, I can imagine having a sniper tower being particularly interesting. Okay. So, I want to try to capture this on video as best I can. I'm going to grab this screamer. Okay, do you see that? They gave the screamer just enough arms that I could grab him and make contact using the same animation that I use to drag other zombies by the arms. Nice work, animators. Nice work, character modelers. That was well done. Because, yeah, screamers not having arms, that's, like, one of the biggest... I don't know, that's their, like, entire personality. But if one of my special abilities is grabbing a zombie by the arm, it's kind of rough if I try to use that on a screamer without arms. But they gave the screamers just enough arm that I could do it legitimately. Okay, so we've got... What? Another... What? Where is this feral? Oh. Woo! All right, it's nice when they bottleneck themselves like that. Okay, well, we've started something here. Might as well finish it. Ah. All right, I'm gonna run out the door while reloading my shotgun. Wow! Okay, nope. Wait, why did that explode? Was there a bloater in there? Stop. Okay, now there's a screamer. Cut it out! And all of you stop scratching me. I don't like it. Get away from me. Okay, I'm actually wasting a lot of shells here. Like, I'm only in the dread zone. My character has got a heavy weapon. Seems like maybe I should use it. What? What? I've got blood plague? This is the dread zone. Ah. Fine. You know what? Okay, where's the nearest? Yeah, I wasn't even watching my plague meter. I wasn't paying any attention to it because I'm like, this isn't lethal. Why do I care? Oh, wait, real quick. This will be quick. Let's grab this guy. Nice. So Adric points out that Screamers also have extra sturdy legs, in addition to having those little stubby arms, because he can't ever seem to take their legs out from under him. Yeah. So I know what you mean. Like, yeah, you can trip them, but you can't remove their legs. And I think that's partly just because they're only attacked like most other zombies that crawl on the ground. Like, yeah, you can get sort of the useless little grubs on the ground, but most of them, when they're on the ground, they still got stuff that they can do, right? But all of the actions available to a Screamer involve them doing an animation that they're standing up for. And so if we let you take off their legs, like, you kind of would expect them to be screaming on the ground and stuff like that. And that's all stuff that we just kind of couldn't afford to do. So we didn't. All right. So let's use that. We're all healed up. And let's bring some, I don't know, thermite grenades. Let's just get this done. Are we short on anything else that matters? I mean, nah, I think we're basically good. Or I don't want to waste thermite grenades on, like, random bloaters that I see. So let's also grab some cheap fire. Oh, and actually, ferals with explosives. That's a thing, right? Ferals with explosives, that's a tough one. Because they're just stunned by the first explosion. You have to hit them with multiple explosions, usually. Now, I wonder if you hit it with a flashbang first, would that do something? I feel like it's me trying to use... Like, usually what I do to get that ferals with explosives bounty is I get out a grenade launcher. And that is definitely one way to do it. Wait a minute. Oh, there's just Screamers everywhere. That is definitely one way to do it, but I'd like to see how well I can do it killing them in other ways. But to do that, I don't know, it might take me a whole episode to make it work. Okay, where is this Screamer? Is it up in the... Is it in the rock? Oh, no, it's on top of the rock. Okay, here we go. I've become obsessed now with, like, killing Screamers this way. There we go. I'm just going to keep running around finding every Screamer I can and killing it by grabbing its little nubby arms. Okay, so Coalición says that he's got a video of him using 22 sticky grenades on a feral.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's a plague heart not too far away.
And the feral surviving. So yeah, so basically, I think the feral... There's a certain state that you can get the feral into where he's vulnerable to an explosion. But he has to be in that state before it matters. Here, let me grab your nubby little arms. Oh, what? What? No! That's not how you were supposed to... Ah. Disappoint. All right. Well, let's go after this guy again. Now, this plague heart may or may not wake another plague heart when I kill it. I'm really not sure. I mean, I guess I've been fighting it without waking another plague heart for a while, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. Let's get in there.
I taste blood in my mouth.
I think I just heard another feral. Oh wait, I don't even... Don't run right up to it. Stop it. Everybody... Oh, suddenly you're all here. Okay, hold on. Ah! Ah! Everybody gather up tight. Tighter than this. Come on. Ah, get off my back! Oh my gosh, I'm halfway infected already. How did I ever play in the lethal zone? I don't understand. I'm so bad at this.
I need a break.
Okay.
Man, big zombie sighted.
Okay, I'll use the thermite if I need to. Okay, good. And because this is the dread zone, that killed all the nearby zombies, so I don't have to worry about that.
Pretty heavy.
Unless we got a few non-plague zombies around, but I think we don't. All right. Let's load stuff back into the car. Okay, so Ranithcord points out that when you're fighting zombies, the noise that you're making will only wake your nearest heart, even if you're within range of multiple hearts. That's interesting to know. I hadn't actually really... That was a nuance that I never got into when people were working on this feature. That's interesting. Okay, I've got just enough room to grab that. Wait a minute. Oh, am I about to ruin it? Oop, nope. Yep, ruined it. Say I've got just enough room. Actually, nope. Here's what I can do.
That's
Grab that,
pretty heavy.
and then load something else into here. Like these guys. Oh, actually, no. Here's what I can do. Just repair the car. So Renithcord asks, why did Undead Labs make it so that when you grab a zombie in a doorway, even if it's not a doorway... So, okay, so what do you mean by a doorway that isn't a doorway? Do you mean, like, just any space that's roughly the size of a doorway? Or do you mean, like, anything with, like, the markup of a doorway? Like, I don't know, like a big window or something. Or I'm not sure. But anyway, he's asking, when you grab a zombie in a doorway, even if it's not a doorway... We'll just have the zombie explode immediately in your arms. So that's not something I was aware that we were doing, but I could definitely imagine, like, for instance, if the animation that you were about to execute with that zombie was large and took up a lot of space, and if somebody bugged the fact that the animation would put you and or the zombie into the wall in an awkward way, that could have been a visual bug somebody was motivated to solve, or... I could see a scenario where, like, where the animation would put you into the doorway and then leave you in the doorway in a way that actually stranded you inside geometry. Like, if something like that was going on in a bug, I could totally see them going, like, you know what, the easiest thing to do is the player's going to inevitably kill this zombie anyway. Why not just hand them the kill and not make them go through the animation? Oh, you got friends. Come here, buddy. Haha. Where's your friend? Is he up here someplace?
There's no room for that.
Oh, right. Okay, I need to get stuff. I need to get back to a. Need to get back to an outpost. There he is. Come here, friend. Ah. Okay. Yeah, let's get back to a. Whoop. Hello. Let's get back to an outpost. It'd be nice to find another bloater before we're done, though. Oh, hey, look at that. We got another bloater. Okay, yeah, so we managed to... What are we doing? We managed to finish several bounties. And we managed to defeat several infestations and killed the plague heart and fixed our camera settings. So I think we've probably basically undone all of Brent's labors. And now we're going to get another bounty. All right, let's see if we can kind of sneak up on this guy. Ah! Okay, I didn't think you were that close. Take that! Stop biting my neck. You're not a vampire. You're a zombie. Stop pretending to be Draclier. Let's see here. Okay, so Raneth Court says, like, go into this house. There's an area between the kitchen and the living room where the arch is a doorway, even though it's much wider. He says, Raneth Court says, it's annoying because you grab a zombie and it immediately disintegrates. Other zombies that were grabbing at you from the front but would have been blocked by the grabbed zombie get a free front bite. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, so I'm betting that whenever somebody implemented that, I'm betting it was solving, like, a legit important bug. But whenever somebody implemented that, I'm betting that they were thinking they were solving it in a player-friendly way. And actually, like, in general, that's usually the policy. Like, if you've got to resolve a weird edge case bug that doesn't happen that often, and you've got to kind of break the usual mechanics to do it, usually what you want to do is break them in a way that works in the player's favor. So even if the player notices it and is like, oh, that's weird, they're like, oh, well, good thing it broke in my favor. Like, you want them to feel good about things going weird. You don't want them to feel cheated by things going weird. So I'm betting that whoever implemented that thought, I'm handing the player a faster kill, an easier kill. And they're going to appreciate it, even if it looks a little weird, because it's kind of a hacky solution to a weird geometry problem. They'll be like, well, at least the player, you know, got to have a quick, fast, you know, easy kill, and so they'll feel all right about it. They probably didn't realize that there were actually scenarios with lots of zombies where that move was actually going to put you at a disadvantage. They probably thought that they were helping you. And the thing is, like, I don't know, there probably are a lot of scenarios where that legitimately is helping you, where it's like where you do actually sort of get the better end of the deal. But in the cases where you don't get the better end of the deal, it still feels like crap. All right.
Hey guys, I'm home.
So yeah, I think we're good here, but as always, I have fallen well behind in the chat, so I should probably see what else you folks are saying. Orthaus asks, if I was a survivor, what fifth skill would I have? Farting around. No, I mean, I think that there is, like, I think I might have put a design skill in there somewhere. I think it's very rare and not useful for much, so I would probably give myself the design skill if I was trying to really accurately create, because that's the skill I'm supposed to have for work, and that's what that's supposed to represent. But if I was making one for vanity, and, like, you know, I would definitely give myself the farting around skill, because that's based on this. I think it's a Kurt Vonnegut quote that I really, really like. Like, it's a funny, facetious quote, but it's also one that, like, I genuinely take to heart, which is, it's something along the line, I can't get it verbatim, but it's something along the lines of, we are here on this earth to fart around. Don't let anyone tell you different. And the thing I like about it is, a lot of people assume that there needs to be a grand purpose to their life, and sometimes they will accept grand purposes that are very kind of corrosive to their, you know, sense of self, sense of accomplishment, sense of worth, you know, and they'll be like, no matter what, well, there's this grand purpose I'm supposed to be fulfilling, and I'm always falling short of it. And you can sort of live your life in the shadow of the self that you're not. Because you're not living up to the grand purpose you imagine for yourself. And so I like turning that around. I like the idea that Kurt Vonnegut suggests that you could just turn around and say, no, we are here on Earth to fart around. That's what we're here to do. And anything you do beyond that is just like, wow, good for you. Wow, you accomplished something. You didn't have to. You could have just farted around, and that would have been fine. But good pat on the back for you. You decided to do one thing. And so like, that just feels good to me. I like sort of tackling life with that as the attitude rather than, like I must be, imbued with noble purpose. And therefore anything that I do that falls short of that great standard means that I am crap. I don't want to feel like crap. I just want to fart around and feel good about it. Yeah, Coalition is calling this card philosophy 101. So I think a lot about stupid stuff like this. I guess that is what philosophy is. It's just, a high flown way of just thinking of stupid stuff like that. So Cogs says, add a nickname, Nub Grabber for survivors that have Powerhouse. So we can't actually associate Powerhouse directly with we can't associate skills directly with nicknames, but it seems like you know that because you're suggesting not that we associate the nickname with the skill, but rather that we associate the nickname with someone who gets pre-slotted with the skill, which means that associating with the trait. That would be kind of funny to call somebody Nub Grabber based on this conversation. We will see if I do that. Someone's probably going to read it as dirty, though. I don't want to imagine exactly what it means if you read it as dirty. Somebody absolutely will. Let me see. What else are people saying? Proxica says, I know farting around as a skill exists in the game, but after 5 years, I've still never seen it. It's extremely rare. I think it might be linked to 1 or 2 traits out of like, what was the number of the last number? It said it was like 1,350 traits or something like that. There's like some huge number of traits, and it's only linked to 1 or 2 of them that aren't even particularly common. There's nothing driving characters to even grab that category of trait. So not surprised you've never seen it. Yeah, let's see here. And Coalition points out that some traits force characters to only have Powerhouse. That is true. And I think we didn't intend, I don't think, for traits to limit you to one thing unless they were already pre-slotting that thing. I'm not surprised that sometimes happens, though. That seems like the kind of thing that would easily happen by mistake is having a trait that means that when it's time to choose what your specialization is in cardio, you're only given the one option. We intended for that not to happen, but it's not like we hard-coded it into the game that can't happen. We soft-scripted it into the game so that it shouldn't happen with the content that's available. However, that's not a way to guarantee things to players. Rosenberger's like, why did Undead Labs name my character Nub Grabber? Yeah, exactly. That's the emotion that I want to evoke in our audience. Atchin Quinn says they want to adopt "We're here on Earth to fart around" as their new attitude. It's really worked wonders for me. I really appreciate it. So Action Quinn says that they would have fifth skill or maybe a trait called Night Owl. He says, when I was in the military, I liked nights and it was quiet and you could focus. Me too. Like I am an insomniac, so even when I want to go to bed early, chances are, unless I've already built up a massive sleep deficit, I can't go to sleep unless it's after midnight. And so what I usually do is I do the whole, I think I've talked about this in the stream before, the whole revenge bedtime procrastination thing, where basically my life is so busy and full of obligations to other people that when everyone's asleep, that's me time. And so I can't give that up. It's like the only time I get to just sort of feel completely free, because it's not like, I mean, I don't see like other people needing things from me as like oppression or anything like that. Like it's cool that I like being needed. It's awesome. It's a good part of my life to have, but it's also tiring, and you need to sort of have a balance where sometimes people need and expect things from you, and then sometimes that goes away for a bit and you get to breathe. And so for me, that's just staying up late at night is how I get that time when nobody expects anything from me, and I can just kind of do whatever I want, which lately has been playing Dave the Diver on my Steam Deck. Yeah. Oh, Orthouse pointed out that actually the equivalent of a night owl in the military, if you want a fifth skill that means I'm a night owl in the military, Vigil Guard might be something along those lines. Wait, was that a trait or was that a skill? Now I don't remember. Vigil Guard had to be a trait, because that's a story about what you did, and I think is that one of the red talent traits that unlocks a fifth skill, or is it one of the ones that unlocks something else, or is it just a red talent trait? I don't remember now. Orthouse, not far off from what I do. Let's see here. Oh, Round of the Court says that the sleeping in shifts hero bonus used to do something like that. Let's see here. Action Quid says LOL to the Steam Deck thing. He says, someone gave me a Switch as I'm having a little boy in a few months. I'll be there. Yeah, so finding games on PC that I could play with one hand was the sort of the thing that made having kids really work for me, because I could carry a kid in the crook of my, like a baby in the crook of my left arm, and sort of bounce them, and then I could play a game with just my right hand. And entertain myself, because babies are freaking boring when they're asleep. They're wonderful, but boring. And so I could play a game so I think Into the Breach was actually a favorite of mine, because you play it with one hand. It's really interesting and engaging. Slay the Spire is another good one for that kind of situation. I really like that. You could also do a switch, because your left hand is free when you're holding a baby in the crook of your arm. It's just a little harder to use, but you could brace a Switch that way, and that would work just fine. So I did actually get a couple of Switch games for Christmas as well. I got Dredge for Switch, because I wanted to take Dredge on the road. I loved it so much on Xbox. And I also got, what's it called again? Tears of the Kingdom. I got Tears of the Kingdom, but I never finished the previous Zelda game. And so I'm deciding if I want to try to finish the previous Zelda game first and then do Tears of the Kingdom, or if I want to just jump right into Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. My sister's about to play a bunch of Zelda, and so maybe I'll try to sync it up with her and we can enjoy it together. Coalición, you can just go ahead and imagine the double meanings of playing games with one hand, and I will leave that to you to do with your own imagination. I mean it in a completely wholesome family way. Oh, so Cogs says that I missed his question. Of course I did. I deliberately miss all of your questions, Cogs. Oh, he asked, do I require channel point bribery to play Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Switch, which comes out Febtember. Did I just say Febtember? February 16th. And he asked, when is my low temperature hammock test? So first off, I might need channel point bribery, actually. I mean, I like Mario games. I don't usually get really excited when a new Mario game is coming out and run out and buy it immediately. So I am curious about it, but I probably wouldn't grab it unless somebody told me that I should for the stream. So yes, I might require channel point bribery for that. I think, so the last time I got in the hammock, was I think it was about a week ago. It did get pretty cold, and I think I got into the habit of bringing about 5 blankets outside to sort of like line the hammock and then cover myself up, and then I could like watch. Usually I watch videos on my iPad out there, and that was kind of fun. But then unfortunately we're just hitting a cold snap tonight. Like overnight, it's going to get down into the teens here, which, and actually we started like this weird blizzardy flurry right before the stream. We just had snow everywhere. It didn't last long enough to like give us deep snow, but it was weird. And so it's suddenly getting very cold. This would be a great night to try out the low temperature hammock, except yesterday we had a windstorm and we took down the entire canopy and the hammock outside so they wouldn't blow away. So I don't have the hammock anymore. I'll have to wait until next summer or next spring to set the hammock up again. So sorry, I was not able to do the full ultimate low temperature thing. If the windstorm had happened after the cold snap, I absolutely would have done the low temperature test in the hammock, but I did not. Yeah, so Cola said, if I was doing a game like RimWorld or something where I had to make up my own combo months, September would definitely be one of them. Oh, okay. So Cog says that this Mario game, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong, is actually not new. It's a remake of a GBA game. So yeah. So again, like, I didn't actually become a console player until I was an adult. Like, I think we had a Genesis in my brother's room, mostly just to give the teenagers reasons to hang out with the little brother. But mostly I was a PC gamer until I was like 22 or something like that, and I got an Xbox. And so there's huge generations of like Mario games, platformers, things like that I just never got into. I only got into that stuff as an adult. And so I just don't even have memories of a lot. So I would be discovering a game like Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the first time. Aaron Twitch is saying that, yeah, it's 18 all weekend here in Portland. Like, I'll look up the current. I think it was said 15 last time I checked. My weather app. I'm gonna look at it here. Okay, yeah. So it's saying snowy and So basically, I assume that when I look at the low for a day on the weather app, it's the night before that the low is on, right? Because it's always on the left side, and I assume that, like, the day rolls over and it's the middle of the night. That's the coldest time, and it's the next day. So I assume the low means the night before. So last night it was 25 at night during the night, and 41 was the high today, but it's dropping down to 15 tomorrow. Or tonight, going into tomorrow, and then 12 the next night, then 15, then 19, then we get back up towards freezing again. And actually, it's weird, as we ramp back up towards freezing, that's when it's probably going to actually snow again, more for real. Yeah, so the weather here is yeah. I'm wondering, when I make this a YouTube video, should I cut out all of this BS at the end? I just realized how long I've been chatting with you folks. Do YouTube people want that? Or would you rather I just, when it devolves into we're just having a conversation, should the YouTube video have ended long ago? I'm not sure. If you're watching this on YouTube and you made it this far and you want this, leave me a comment telling me how much you love talking to me. Vicariously through the people on Twitch. And if you don't like this and you're like, I should have clicked away long ago, leave me a really scathing, negative, insulting comment, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, now that we're done talking about the weather and soliciting negative comments from YouTube like an idiot, let's actually wrap up this video. So subscribe button, links to other videos, and one thing we might find out is whether anyone ever cuts to the end of one of my YouTube videos. That just might not happen.